The federal government has renewed its commitment to sustainable housing and urban development. The Future Conference 2025 brings together key stakeholders to discuss the future of urban development in Africa with the theme Sustainable Cities, the Future of Housing. The conference serves as a platform to explore innovative solutions to Africa's housing crisis while ensuring that urban development remains environmentally viable. The Deputy Chairman, House Committee on Environment, Tessa Ogbo, emphasized that housing must be treated as a national priority, linking it to public health, climate resilience, and national security.
This urban surge brings opportunities but also stark inequalities in access to decent housing, basic services, and healthy environments. Africa is the continent with the fastest urbanization rate on earth, but we are not urbanizing with dignity. We're urbanizing in desperation. From Lagos to Dakar, from Makurdi to Monrovia, what we're witnessing is not planned growth, but unmanaged sprawl. Over 200 million Africans live in informal settlements. In West Africa, housing deficits are increasing at a rate of nearly 20% annually. In Benue State, up to 63% of homes lack adequate sanitation or structural safety. And across Nigeria's north-central region, climate shocks, floods, desertification, and conflict are compounding an already fragile housing reality. These are not development issues, they are matters of integrity, security, and survival.
The National Agency for the Great Green Wall has warned that the city plan without trees is a time bomb, pointing to the rising threats of flooding, disease, and extreme heat in deforested urban areas.
And this program, Sustainable Future Housing, is very critical. And particularly planning a sustainable city would need the involvement or the importance of forest, the urban forest, because of the multiple social, economic, and environmental services we can derive from that action. You see, if a city that is planned without forest is going to be exposed to wave heats and a lot of illnesses that are going to be consequent upon that. But if we do have a city which is going to be sustainable, well planned and well managed with urban forest, leave some green corridors or parks and gardens where people can recreate, enjoy themselves, interact, socialize. It's also going to be a kind of place also for environmental education for our young ones that are coming. So it's very key, and this platform of this Future Conference 2025 comes at the right time.
With urbanization increasing and a housing deficit affecting many parts of the continent, stakeholders are calling for urgent reforms.
So this will be the first Future Conference, although every year we are going to be touching different sectors and approaching them from a sustainability point of view. But for this very year, for this very edition, we're starting with sustainable cities, with futuristic urban planning. There is need to review our current urban planning policies, housing policies also, and there is also need for our private partners to air their views on their on their limitations as to why they are giving us these things as quality housing. There is need for companies also to be reminded and be inspired to rise up to global best practices, so that when people invest in housing, when people invest in housing, they are investing in something that can become that is legacy bound instead of something that's temporary. We're also looking at preserving our environment and our current, cities and rural areas, and developing housing schemes around the topography instead of losing our environment and biodiversity to urbanization. So today's conversation, has spawned from people in government, policymakers to private businesses, and I like the temperature of the room. I like where the conversation is going. I like the possible action points, and we're also unveiling our project Airvestment, where we are looking to plant 10,000 trees as a response to today's call to action, and hopefully use it as an awareness drive to help people understand the impact and the necessity of, preserving our environment even as we develop.
The conference ended with strong recommendations for green building codes, climate-smart housing policies, and deeper collaboration between government, private sector, and environmental advocates.